Shams is reporting over at ESPN that LeBron and AD are, quote, growing concerned about the Lakers' ability to make significant roster upgrades, and they want the franchise to make moves to contend for a championship, with the co-stars believing the Lakers are potentially a piece or two away. Taz, are you up or down on the Lakers getting help at the trade deadline, going for a championship?
I'm down on it. I do not think that it happens. I think JJ Redick is doing the right thing as the head coach and talking about his roster as currently constructed and will improve internally as Jared Vanderbilt comes out and plays this weekend. He said, bad teams reject their roles, good teams accept the roles, great teams embrace the roles.
Hey.
And we are verging, as he said, into that great teams embrace the roles. And I think the only thing that's going to happen is Jared Vanderbilt coming out and performing for this team because he is such a good player. And like JJ Redick, talks a great game and does the right things that this team needs. When he was interviewed, he said, I wanted to rebound, defend, be vocal. That guy is a perfect switchable defender around Anthony Davis and LeBron. The other part of that starting lineup is Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura, big question. Why that's not working all that well. I say that's the starting lineup. JJ is going to play around with it. I think Dorian Finney-Smith has played extremely well for them, closing games, even though he's not starting. But I say Jared Vanderbilt's going to be the guy. I mean, when he started last year, 6 games, he averaged 10.5 points on 66% shooting, 5 boards, almost 2.5 steals. He's part of the plan. Like Pat Williams in Chicago, they just signed him to a deal, basically. It was 2023. They signed him to a 4-year deal. So there's 2.5 years remaining on Vanderbilt. So all that to be said, would they want another guard? Yeah. They'd want another ball handler. But do they have enough to get a ball handler? That's my question.
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe. They've got 2 tradable first-round picks. They've got their 2029 pick and 2031. Then they've got their 2 second-round picks as well. I think both theirs and the Clippers in this 2025 draft. So, you know, those are probably going to be in the 40s or 50s or something like that. Apparently, they are open to using these picks to go and get somebody, but it's like if you wanted Zach LaVine, you could have had him at any point in the summer or last year's trade deadline, so maybe they're just not interested. I do think Vanderbilt will help, but just like Pat Williams, he can't score, one-way player, and the Lakers need guys who can play on both ends of the court. I think they needed another big guy, so Valanciunas. You could probably get Valanciunas for a second-round pick, if we're being honest, and they should look at, like Jovan Buha has been reporting, they should look at Lonzo Ball from the Bulls. Lonzo's still a really good player. He's kind of got a big contract, $20 million, might be tough for them to match now that D'Lo's not around. I guess it'd probably be Hachimura involved, but Lonzo handles the ball, shoots threes, and he's a great defensive playmaker. Obviously has Lakers connections, LA connections as well, so that's a guy that I think that they should be interested in.
Yeah.
But they made no trades last year. Rob Pelinka was saying you can't buy a house that's not for sale. They made no trades in 2022 when they were kind of out of it and it didn't look like it. So the question is, do the Lakers actually have a chance to make a run here? Because there's a quote from a high-ranking team official in this piece that says, Boston, OKC, and Cleveland are who they are. They're the best 3 teams in the league. But this is wide open. Do you agree? Does this feel wide open even in the Western Conference for the LA Lakers?
I mean, to some degree, yes. I do feel it's wide open's no. I mean, it's somewhat open. OKC has never won before as the prominent team, and then there's a fall off after that. We haven't seen the Timberwolves anywhere close to what they were last year. Dallas is banged up. Denver, I think, is part of that contender list, but I think you look at it, and when I say all those teams, you could look at that lineup of teams and say, yeah, we could get there. Sure. So I do think, yes, as one of those, second tier teams behind OKC, you think, yeah, we could do this. And because OKC hasn't won yet, yeah, you can do it. But Lonzo Ball, I read Jovan Buha's piece. I listened to him on the pods, and then you start to look at Lonzo Ball, extremely talented guy, playing under a minutes restriction though. And it would be cool for him to go back to LA where he first started that thing. And Magic said, "You're gonna be here. We're gonna hang up your jersey." That was cool. It would be awesome to see that again. At the same time, you mentioned that Rob Pelinka hasn't made the trades in 2 of the last 3 years, and it feels like, would you be willing? It feels like they would not be willing to say, "Hey, Lonzo, we're going for it, man," because it doesn't feel like that his body's not allowing them to do that. You know what I mean? So
he can play Gabe Vincent's minutes in a heartbeat.
he could play Gabe's. Yeah, he could.
Sorry, no offense. He's better. He's better than Gabe Vincent right now. But the Lakers aren't close to a championship. That's why they're not going to trade first-round picks, because they know they're not actually close. They have won one playoff game against the Denver Nuggets in the past 2 years. The Nuggets are a little bit down this year, but they're still the second best team probably in the Western Conference. I don't think it's wide open in the Western Conference. I think that maybe if the Lakers get lucky, they could make it to a conference finals if they get good matchups.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Well, yeah, Lonzo Ball ain't changing it anyways. As solid as he's been, he's not taking them there. But I do think we don't know who's making the NBA Finals from the Western Conference. I mean, I mentioned those teams. I could see Denver doing it. You could see OKC doing it. I don't think Minnesota's dead yet. And then there's some other teams. So it's, wide open. I don't know. What's wide open mean? Like 10 spots?
I think at best the Lakers could be the fourth best team in the conference. Like playoff-wise, I would take the Thunder, the Nuggets, and a healthy Mavs. I would take them over LA right away.
Yeah.
Not even a thought, really.
Yeah. So the Mavs kind of opens it up a little bit because it doesn't seem like they're going to be anywhere close to healthy. But I definitely would pick those other teams, and I'd throw the Wolves in there just because they have been there-ish together. So it'll be fun.